Welcome to Life's Daily Dose podcast with your host, DG. Let's grow your finances daily. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my first live podcast. I've rebranded and renamed the channel Life's Daily Dose, growing your finances. The reason why I've done that is because if you're a subscriber of my channel, then I've been sharing a wealth of information on PPP loans and EIDL grants and how to get money and how to do things. And so many people have been helped. You guys have given me such great feedback that I thought I'd go live. I'll put a regular schedule out for this podcast, but I want to keep giving more information to you guys because literally right now is the time to make seven figures. Right now is the time to grow your finances and to finally get from being a 9-to-5 worker to making your own money and doing it your own way. One thing about me, I'm a Christian. I love Jesus Christ. And even the Bible talks about money. And so here's the thing. Money's not bad. Money's very good. So I hope that even if you're not watching this live, you go back and like and subscribe to this channel because I'm going to give you some really, really good information here. And I'll also put some notes in the comments section below so you guys can kind of follow what I'm saying. But let's dive right into growing finances. Man, how do you do that, right? How do you make money when you're 9-to-5, you've got kids, you're struggling, whatever your situation may be, single parent, bad relationship, even the business owners that basically almost went out of business because of, COVID and the pandemic. What do you do? There's PPP money out here. There's stimulus money out here, man. There's tax refund money. Biden's going to be your baby daddy. He's going to be paying people for their kids really soon. So, there's just so much out here. But yet there are so many people still struggling, so many people. And then, they want us to come back to work for, I hear things like, $10 an hour, $9 an hour on billboards still. There's job fairs everywhere, but nobody wants to go to them because number one, you've got childcare. So I don't know where you guys are, but childcare here is like $300 a child a week. So if you've got one kid, you're already looking at $1,200. And if you got two kids, you're looking at $2,400 in childcare. And if you're only making, $15 an hour they're trying to throw out there, you're still not making any money. So it's just not feasible to live like this. And then a lot of people are intimidated by making money. They think, that I didn't grow up in that era. I'm too old. I don't know about technology. I've never been taught about that. The only thing I know how to go to do is work for someone else, make them rich, and that's it. But I'm here to tell you, there's a secret. There's a secret. There's a secret. The first thing is being incompetent and uneducated about money. If you're incompetent and uneducated about money, then you have to change that. You have to change the way your mindset is on money. What it is to definitely grow your finances, what it is to trade stocks. No one's saying you have to wake up and all of a sudden I'm an expert about things. No one's saying that. No one's saying you have to all of a sudden understand all these complicated terminologies about money. Part of this channel is to motivate you every day. If you don't hear this every day from someone telling you you can do this, I'm going to tell you all the excuses. I've got kids. I work 2 jobs. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. So let's dive into point A. Number 1 is people are incompetent and uneducated with money. So I can't tell you how many people got PPP funds and they went and bought rims. They went and bought cars. They went and bought diamonds. They went and bought just all kind of craziness, clothes, shoes. They're living the good life. They're going on trips. I know someone that took 4 vacations recently. It's you take your money and you blow it. And then you don't have any more. And then you're like, I'm broke. I'm never going to make it. Well, no, you're never going to make it, especially if you're taking your money and you're just blowing it. No, you're never going to make it because you're uneducated about money. So you get it and you don't even know what to do. Some people say, man, I wish I had $1 million. How many lottery winners have went broke? I mean, because if you're uneducated, no matter if you have the money and you live the good life for a period of time, it won't last you, because unless somebody hands you $1 trillion, you're going to probably mess it up and go broke. And I'm here to tell you that you need to take the time, just as you're watching this podcast or listening to this podcast, and listen to, what is a stock, the very basics. I'm not saying become a stock trader, but the very basics about what are stocks, how to trade them. There's so many apps, Robinhood, E-Trade. There's so much easy stuff out here. All it takes is a couple of quick videos, learn how it works, learn the concept, and you can start investing and making a little money. No, you're not going to get rich off the stock market. Don't go there, but you're going to start making some money. And that's the thing. We're going to start putting our money in different little baskets to where it all starts adding up at the end of the day. Because can the stock market pay your cell phone bill a month? That's very possible. Can the stock market pay that internet bill every month? That's very possible. And if you get really good, it could probably even pay your car note every month. So educate yourself about stocks, educate yourself about your taxes, because don't just rely on your tax preparer or whoever your CPA is. Start researching all the tax credits for yourself. Whenever you get your tax return done, you should look at your own tax return and know, wait a minute, I qualify for up to this many in credits. Like, there's so many tools on the IRS website to calculate that stuff that you don't have to do math. You just plug the numbers in and go, this is how much I made. Did my tax preparer give me all of my credits? There's so much money being left on the table because people are not taking it. So taxes is another thing that can save you a lot of money, especially to those who owe. So that's another good way. So educate yourself and don't be incompetent when you get the money. If you have money right now, I'm going to show you where to put it. If you don't, we're going to show you how to get it. So how money really works is the next point. Point B is how money really works. Money is time over currency. Yes. So I feel like time is the currency of money. I know that money is currency, but I feel like time is the currency of money in that situation, because the less amount of time it takes you to make the money, the richer you are. If it takes me 100 hours to make $1,000, I'm poorer than the guy that it only takes 20 hours to make 1,000. We both made the same amount of money in a week, $1,000, but I worked 100 hours and he only worked 20. And then you go even further. Did he work that 20 away from home, or did he do it from his computer in his pajamas? So it starts to become, wow, time and how the time is spent matters on how rich I am. If I'm slaving away, if my job gives me $80,000, but I got to slave away 90 hours a week to make it, no family time, then, what am I doing? That's not real wealth. I'm still poor. In a sense, I'm still poor. It's still not getting me anywhere because of how much time it's taken me to make that money. So the number one question and food for thought is, how can I make the same amount of money I'm making now? Because right now, whatever you're making, if it's making you get by, you're getting your bills, you may not have everything you want, but you're getting your basics, bare necessities paid, then ask yourself, what can I do that takes less time and makes more money? I'll tell you this. A guy came to me, lost his job during the pandemic, didn't know how he was going to feed his family. I said, well, do you have kids? He said, no, it just got me and my girl. And I said, you ever thought about driving? Oh, yeah, I drive for Uber and Lyft. I said, no, you ever thought about driving trucks? He said, no, I never thought about driving trucks. It's pretty intimidating. And I said, no, it's pretty easy to drive 18-wheelers. It's not hard. I said, and here's the thing. If you go to CDL school, I know in Louisiana at least, you can get your CDL in 4 weeks. At Coastal Truck Driving, they're not sponsoring me, by the way, but you can get your CDL in 4 weeks. And I said, if you and your girl both take your tax refunds, go to CDL school, both get your CDL Class A, you can go team drive for a company starting at $150,000 a year team driving. That's like the base. Get a few years under your belt, become owner operator. A few years in, you're looking at making $200K plus as a couple, driving trucks on the road together. If you guys have kids and that's not possible, then one of you go drive. Let him go drive, and he can make minimum $70,000 on the road right now. You gotta pay for the CDL, but you're gonna have a job before you even leave the truck driving school. So these are examples of things that it will take you away from home. It will be uncomfortable, but it will put more money to be able to save and put away to get to the next step. Because you have to do step one is I have to be able to get enough income to start saving, where I'm making more than what I'm putting out. And there's only two ways to do that: cut the bills or make more money somewhere. So you got to figure out which one you want to do. Which one can you do? If you can't cut any more bills and you're down to your bare necessities and bills and you're still not bringing enough in, then you got to find a job or an income that pays you that extra cushion. So that's food for thought. Is time is the currency of money. Less time to make more money or the same amount of money, you're becoming richer. Budget and save. Man, if you don't have a plan, what are you doing? Mint. Do me a favor. If you don't have a budget, if you know you don't have a budget, I mean, I'm talking about a real budget, a spreadsheet, an app, whatever, download and go to Mint. Personally, I use Mint. Log in your bank account, put all your bills on there. It may take you, I would say, give yourself about an hour, hour and a half, set everything up on Mint. It's so easy to use. Put all your bills in there, connect your bank account, and you'll never miss another payment. You'll see a clear picture of income versus bills. And you can even put yourself on a budget, a realistic budget, to know, hey, Mint will tell me if I'm going over budget. And I will know if I'm going to make my goal. And inside of your budget, saving is on the list. Saving must be on the list. It has to be a bill. If savings is not a bill, then you're not going anywhere. So I tell you this, live on a budget. In the Bible, it says, if you're intending to build a tower and you don't count the cost and you don't have enough to finish it, that's being a fool. You don't start a journey. You don't go into the month saying, I'm just going to pay. And then when I run out of money, and I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to borrow, get into debt, whatever I'm going to have to do to get the money. That's crazy. No plan, paying late fees, getting into more debt. Definitely not the way to do it. So first thing to do is to get a clear picture of your financial situation, and Mint will help you do that. Once you know that, if that number is red on that screen, then you got to cut some of these bills. And you got to bring in more income. You got to sacrifice if you want to become wealthy. If you want to, like the people on Instagram with the cars and the clothes and the Louis and whatever, you want to get there, you want to have the nice house, then you have to sacrifice, because it's not going to be handed to you unless your parents are rich. Then in any case, why you're watching this. So, that's real advice. I do it myself, and it's not always pretty, but you have to do it. It gives me anxiety to look at my finances, because you never know what the number is going to be, right? So avoid debt. Do not get unnecessary credit cards. And if you have debt on you, like furniture bills, or, you're just getting everything on bills, why put up the money up front? You could pay us monthly. They want to do that because they want to get you into a trap where you don't finish paying it off in the allotted amount of time. And then you're going to go into debt. It's going to have interest on it. Credit cards. Use them to build credit, meaning use the credit card, but pay it in full every month before the due date to avoid any interest charges. Find out from your credit card provider, when do you report on my credit and when is my bill due? Those are the two important dates. Keep the balance low on the day it reports, under 30%, and pay the bill in full by the end. The credit card is not to use for expenses. It's really just swipe something on it just to have something small on it, pay it off just to get the payment history. Do not use them unless it's a true emergency and you really need to use them. But avoid all debt. If you don't need that car, because car prices are up, by the way. So if you're stuck in a car note, maybe it's time to look to sell your car. So like if your car is worth, like, let's say 19,000 and you owe 17, or even if you owe 19 and it's worth 19, get rid of it. If you owe 22 and it's worth 19, get rid of it. Pay the extra 2 if you can. Get out of that car note. It's ridiculous. The interest is probably killing you. It's just depreciating. It's probably a hunk of junk. So if you can afford to get a cash car when you get your tax refund or stimulus or whatever, I get into a cash car. Get rid of that car note. It's one of the biggest debt traps there is around. You know, I tell you this, you need quality relationships. They don't tell you this, but growing your finances, a lot of it is quality relationships. Look at the people around you. I know you heard that before. Look at the 10 closest friends around you. They'll tell you who you are. If everybody around you is uneducated, if no one around you knows about finances, if no one around you knows about taxes, if no one around you knows about real estate or investing or anything like that, if you can't take any financial type of education from that person, I mean, you need to reevaluate. I'm not saying get rid of your friends. I mean, yeah, you can keep some of them, you know, some of them you had childhood friends or whatever long last, but you have to be willing to either grow together or you need to get some friends that know something. You need to start hanging out with people that are where you want to be. Don't be intimidated. People love to help people. I love to help people. People call me up. I had somebody call me up yesterday and said, man, I watched your channel. You helped me get my PPP loan. You've helped me do so much. I love your channel. Man, you're the only one giving the real information. I was motivated. I've been motivated. That's why I did this podcast, because so many people have reached out and been so welcoming to the real information. They're tired of the BS. I call it meat and potatoes, but I mean, it is. It's just the meat of the dish. It's just like, let's cut the BS. Let's get straight to it. So healthy relationships are more important than you'll ever know. On your job, it is not about your skill set when it comes to promotions and stuff. Man, it's about who you know. If you know the right person, you're going to get promoted. If you know the right people in life, you're going to get the deals. You're going to hear about stuff. You're going to be connected. So I encourage you, if you're like me, I don't like to talk to people. I stay to myself, mind my business. I'm going to stay to myself because, you know, the friends that you have around you, they may have jealousy. They may not want to see you prosper. They may say, you could never be a millionaire. You could never have a successful business. If you start a business and you're even hesitant to tell your friends you started it, or you started on Facebook or say something about it, and like nobody really likes it or nobody really supports it, or man, you need to get you some new friends, because those aren't friends. I'm the friend that wants to put it on all of my social medias, man, support my friend. I'm going to be the first customer in line. You need people like that in your life. So the relationships will continue to help your mental grow, because our mind, man, is weighed down by all of the things going on in our lives every day. Stress, kids, work, relationships. It can be very easily to get discouraged and to give up and to say, that's it. But I'm here to tell you guys, healthy relationships can get you connected, get you in the right doors. How do I get them? Meetup groups, workshops. Maybe you have a wealth of knowledge on a subject. Maybe you're an expert in a subject. If you're a contractor, you're in construction. Maybe you're not the licensed contractor, but you know everything he knows. You've been on that job site so long, you know, you have a wealth of knowledge that someone who is looking to invest in real estate is looking for. That can help them as a project manager. Trust me when I say that you have a wealth of knowledge about something, speak on it. It will start to, open the doors to other people, and they may have a wealth of knowledge on something else. And then you all start collaborating and sharing ideas. Those relationships will lead to growing your finances. So budget and save. And guys, give to church, to Christ, to whatever your cause is, give. I know that sounds a little counterintuitive, but trust me, I have gotten more money giving than anything. And I'm not saying give your whole house away. That's not what I'm saying. But when you give, you receive. You receive back. When you sow a seed into a church or into a place that you have vetted, that you've looked into and that you know is good, I gave to a family and helped them out. That person ended up becoming in a position to help me out. That person ended up becoming a real estate agent and called me up and said, I have a deal for you. I helped that person out years ago, not knowing they'd become a real estate agent, and they called me up and they'd have a deal for me, and that deal would net me a lot of money. So that tells you something. You invest and sow seeds, you don't know who people will become, what those relationships will sprout up, what kind of growth the church will have, what kind of impact on the community. But God loves a cheerful giver. The next thing is the real estate challenge. So I'm not going to keep you guys, too long on the podcast. It's, keep it 20, 30 minutes, but I'll tell you this, I'm doing a real estate challenge. The challenge is I'm looking for at least 10 individuals, 10 because I want to keep the group small and I want to start a crowdfunding real estate group. And if you looked on like Fundrise, I believe it is, and different real estate platforms, you hear about all these groups being started and they don't know each other, but they're coming together. They're investing their money together on a real estate project and they all go in on it and everybody makes a profit at the end of the project. This is good for a couple of reasons. If you're sitting out there, man, you've never invested in real estate, you don't know hardly anything about it, you're just learning about it, but you're scared to do it on your own, why risk all of your money by yourself? Come together with a group. So everybody puts in just a little piece of the pie, but together becomes a big piece of the pie. And maybe one person knows about contracting, and one person knows about the financing, and one person's a real estate agent. Well, guess what? When you start combining those type of people together with their money, we can make money in real estate. And I want to put together a group of 10 individuals because I've made so much money in real estate and all you do is hear about it. Every channel you go on, you hear about their real estate deals. And they show you their real estate deals. I want to start a group because I want it to be proven. And I want this group to be started on my podcast because I want us to come together, do the real estate deals, make the money, and then share it. Share the deals, share the success stories, because it's tried, it's tested and proven. I've done it over and over again with these properties. The real estate market's so hot that you don't even have to have an open house. The houses are just flying off the shelves. There is waiting lists and open houses to rent in my area. It is crazy. Now is the time. I'm telling you, now's the time. So that challenge, more details are coming later. So stay tuned, keep listening to the podcast, keep watching the podcast, you guys, and we'll definitely dive into that real estate challenge. But basically the challenge will be to save $5,000 a year. We'll break it down monthly, and I'll even show you how to generate the extra income, where you can go to make the extra money to save every month. But the challenge is, are you disciplined? Will you go do what I said do? Will you make the extra money, or will you take the tax refund, whatever it is, and will you really come to the table with it and invest in yourself and say, I'm going to do this? And I also encourage you, there's something that's your passion, whether it's singing, it's sewing, it's creating something, it's doing something. I wanted to be a designer. I wanted to be a coder. I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be whatever it is you want to be. Pursue it. Take the first step. Write down the plan of what it looks like to get there. You're never too old to get there. You're never too old to get there. It's never too late. You're never too down and out. You never have too many kids. I have seen women with 5 children, single mother, graduate from college. Perseverance. A friend of mine cried many of times. Friends coming over to help watch the kids so she could finish the test. And when you walk across and you get that accomplishment, it's something to be proud of. So whatever it is, I want you to take the first step. Some people, it's, sell products on Amazon. Some people have dreams of like making money on their computer at home. They want to know how to do that. How do I sell products on Amazon? I know you've probably looked it up. Whatever it is, you probably looked it up and you've probably convinced yourself not to do it for whatever reason. And guess what? You psyched yourself out. So if you really want to grow your finances, I'm going to recap. Educate yourself about money. Educate yourself about the basics of investing. If your money's sitting in a savings account or under the mattress, it ain't making you no money. At least it could make you something. So investing in low risk stocks, index funds, whatever. Cryptocurrency is a little shaky for me, but I definitely do currency, Forex trading. There's so many good videos about that. And we'll go into investing. I'll actually be doing some videos of my own, but also, so the second point, just to recap, educate yourself. And then we talked about how money really works. Remember, time over money. Time is the currency of money. The less time it takes you to make it, the richer you become. Budget and save, mint. Don't even continue listening until you get the mint, man. Do not take the advice and don't do it. Go get Mint and look at your budget or whatever app you want to use or however you want to do it. But get your budget, man. Get all your bills, every single bill that you have, the due date, how much it is a month, create a budget and how much you truly have coming in and look at the realistic picture. And get rid of those subscriptions and gym memberships you're never going to use. If you're never going to use Planet Fitness, you're going to stay fat, then stay fat. If you're going to go, go. But don't just pay for it and don't go. I hate that. And then we talked about the real estate challenge, which more details will come later. Hey guys, so that's all the time I'm going to take on this first podcast episode. Please leave comments. Let me know how you enjoyed it. Any upcoming topics you'd like me to talk about. I got a few people I'm going to be interviewing on the podcast. Got some goodies for you guys. Like I said, I'm going to be giving you the real deal. So we just touched kind of boldly on those subjects, and I'm giving you the blueprint. This is the blueprint. Education, how money really works, time, less time, more money, budgeting, and diving into real estate. If you follow this blueprint and follow me on this podcast journey and keep listening, I promise you, if you're doing what I said, you're going to make at least 6 figures very soon, depending on how much money you're starting with. And if you got PPP money, EIDL, or whatever in your hands, do not take the money and just dive it all into one business. Even if that business is successful, I'm going to tell you why you never put all your eggs in one basket. Because you had all your eggs in one basket and the pandemic hit, you became so broke and so desperate at a time, then guess what? Don't do the same mistake twice. If you were at a job and they laid you off, it's now time to step outside of, hey, I got my W-2, but I'm going to figure out how to do something else. Because I don't ever want this job to control whether I can pay rent over my kids' heads or where I can live or what I can do. And I want to travel. The thing about working for yourself or doing things on the computer or making money in different ways other than punching a clock is you get time to travel. Because guess what? My laptop can go anywhere with me. I can record this podcast from my hotel freaking room. I can make money trading stocks from Dubai. I can do this anywhere, anytime in the world. No one's telling me to come to this building, eat this lunch. I run my own company. So therefore, I'm telling you guys, it is now time to become free. And I am going to help you the best I can. Truly become free from staying poor and just time poor too. All your time is going to a job. You barely have time for your kids or anybody. It's time to get serious. There's money to be made. Like I said, Biden's becoming the people baby daddy. He's paying for the kids. Now you can't say you ain't getting child support. Biden got you. Boom. American people paying for your kids, man. Tax dollars paying for your kids. So you're getting that child support now. It's time. It is time. If you're listening to this, this is a sign. It is time. Proverbs 22:7, I'll leave you with this, says the rich rule the poor and the borrower is the slave to the lender. Proverbs 22:7. I don't want to be ruled, and I don't want to be poor, and I don't want to be left behind. I want to be rich because there's nothing wrong with being rich. It's the love of money that's wrong, but there's nothing wrong with being rich and being able to sleep at night and say, I don't have to get up and go to someone's clock in the morning. I'm sick and I'm scared to even call in sick because I'm afraid my job will fire me. Or when it comes time to negotiate for a raise, I'm scared for that. And we'll go into some videos about how to negotiate salaries and raises during the pandemic because a lot of these companies, man, they're trying to undercut people so bad. So we'll go into that too. But like I said, if you guys have any suggestions, anything you want to see, please leave it in the comment section below. I thank you guys for listening and stay tuned for some more great information and for that real estate challenge I'm going to be doing where I'm going to handhold you guys into a real estate deal, select group of you guys into a real estate deal. And we're going to make some real serious money. And I'm going to give you the ins and outs. You're going to see it live, man, on how to do this stuff because it blows your mind when you get that check at the end of a deal and it's $30,000 after closing, after your real estate fees and all your costs, and you get a $30,000 check for your hard work you've done for the past 60, 90 days. Most people make that a year. And they're cutting all the benefits. They're cutting unemployment. They're cutting everything. They don't want to provide childcare and all this other stuff, but they just want people to go back to work. And some people I admit are lazy on it, but some people really need it. Not everybody's the same. But that's all the time I have, guys. And so let me know, comment below, like and subscribe. And I will definitely see you guys later. Welcome to Life's Daily Dose podcast with your host, DG. Let's grow your finances daily.